In integrated pest management, we're talking about, first of all, understanding the ecology. The fact that there are all kinds of insects that live in and around the area where gardening is done. And normally these organisms live in balance. When someone is doing gardening, there can be an imbalance. There can be a change in conditions, so a particular organism can find the new environment more favorable. So in integrated pest management, what we're really doing is trying to manage the environment so that we can keep these organisms in a balance. It's a good idea for trainees to actually go out and just do some observing. It's very likely that a number of types of insects will be observed. Things like grasshoppers, caterpillars, beetles. And if through observations it's noted that a particular organism is becoming more dominant, that's the time when certain measures can be taken. With integrated pest management, the first thing that we think of is the use of good cultural practices. Basically, that means making sure that you're doing a good job gardening. This keeps your plant healthy, and when plants are healthy, they're less attractive to insects or disease, which benefit from an unhealthy plant. So cultural practices are really critical. Next are the biological methods. Using companion planting is one way. There are certain plants that can be grown in the garden. For example, the African marigold. It provides an odor that most insects find disagreeable, and so it's very good at keeping out undesirable insects, or at least keeping their population very low. A third measure in integrated pest management, very practical, are physical methods. Actually, when looking and finding a bug, squishing it. The very last method or technique is a chemical control, but using what we call biorational chemicals. These are chemicals that come directly from plants. For example, using onion. By mincing onion, mixing it with water, boiling it, letting it sit overnight, straining it, that solution can be effective for repelling certain types of insects. There's a number of vegetables and spices that can be used actually as both a repellent and as an insecticide. By the end of this session, the trainees should be able to identify specific types of insects. They should know how to manage these through cultural practices, through some simple biological and physical means, and as a last resort, to actually produce some biorational repellents or insecticides that can be used on the garden in small measure.